A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In an unprecedented display of tension, President Donald Trump and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell engaged in a heated exchange on Thursday regarding the controversial cost overruns associated with the ongoing renovations at the Federal Reserve's headquarters in Washington, D.C. This rare face-off occurred during Trump's visit to the Fed building, which many see as another chapter in his ongoing campaign to pressure Powell into lowering interest rates or resigning from his position. The visit comes at a time when Trump has been vocal about his dissatisfaction with Powell's management of the Fed, particularly regarding interest rates. Just earlier this month, Trump hinted at the possibility of firing Powell, a move that would be both unprecedented and legally contentious. However, during the press event following their tour, Trump seemed to soften his stance, stating, "To do that is a big move, and I just don't think it's necessary. I believe that he's going to do the right thing." The backdrop of this confrontation is the costly renovation of two historic Fed buildings, which Trump claims has exceeded $3.1 billion. Upon arriving at the site, both Trump and Powell donned white hard hats as they inspected the construction area. When confronted by reporters, Trump asserted the exorbitant costs, to which Powell quickly responded, indicating that Trump was conflating the renovation costs with those of a third government building constructed 5 years ago. Trump's assertion ignited a back and forth, with Powell maintaining that the figures presented by Trump were inaccurate. The tension escalated when a reporter inquired if Powell could say anything to ease Trump's criticism, to which Trump replied, "Well, I'd love him to lower interest rates." This statement underscores Trump's ongoing frustration with the Fed's interest rate policies, which he believes are stifling economic growth and costing the country billions. Later in the day, Trump took to Truth Social, expressing a more conciliatory tone, referring to the tour as a great honor and acknowledging the lengthy process of renovations. He noted, "It's got a long way to go, would have been much better if it were never started, but it is what it is, and, hopefully, it will be finished ASAP." The cost overruns are substantial, but, on the positive side, our country is doing very well and can afford just about anything, even the cost of this building. Accompanying Trump on this visit were Republican Senators Tim Scott and Thom Tillis, along with several administration officials, including Federal Housing Finance Agency Director Bill Pulte, a vocal critic of Powell. Pulte has been one of the most ardent advocates for Powell's resignation, having tweeted earlier that day, "Jerome Powell must resign." Trump's ongoing campaign against Powell has been marked by demands for immediate interest rate cuts, coupled with accusations of incompetence and political bias. Ironically, Trump himself nominated Powell to the position in 2017. The Fed has kept the benchmark interest rate steady since December, much to Trump's chagrin, who argues that reducing rates could save the U.S. hundreds of billions in interest costs. With interest payments on U.S. debt surpassing $1.1 trillion in 2024, the stakes are high. Market analysts largely anticipate that the Fed will maintain its current rate during its upcoming meeting next week, with potential cuts likely in September and again before the year's end. Trump's attempts to brand Powell as too late reflect his growing frustration with the Fed's pace of action. Just last week, he posed the question to a group of House Republicans regarding whether he should fire Powell, although he later downplayed the likelihood of such a move, stating it was highly unlikely, unless Powell were to leave for reasons of fraud. The legal authority for a president to fire a Fed chairman remains murky, especially following a recent Supreme Court ruling affirming the independence of the central bank. As the pressure mounts on Powell, it remains to be seen how this dynamic will evolve, especially in light of Trump's continued scrutiny of the Fed's operations and costs. The ongoing saga between Trump and Powell underscores the delicate balance of power between the presidency and the Federal Reserve, a relationship that is more critical than ever as the nation navigates economic challenges. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.